Welcome to tutorial number 5 for Open Rockets. This is Steve, your host, and in this tutorial we intend to cover decals on the body tube. Okay, we're going to need three applications to get this to work. First is going to be a spreadsheet. It could be any spreadsheet. I'm going to be using Google Sheets, but you can use anything you want. You're going to need a drawing program. I'm going to be using Paint.net, but you could use Paint 3D if you want, or any other graphics program that allows for a transparent background. That means the old Paint program will not work. So any other graphics application that allows for transparent backgrounds, this is important, will work fine. Okay. And then of course you're going to need Open Rockets. And what we're going to base our decals on are this rocket right here on this body tube, and this body tube is a BT20. It's a minimum diameter rocket we're going to work with today. Okay, now we're going to need to do some calculations for these decals, so I've created this spreadsheet here to make it a little bit easier. Now, let me explain what they are. Over here I have the different body tube sizes, and over here next to it is the diameter of those different body tubes. Then you see 3 inches, it doesn't matter. You can extend this as much as you want. Alright, to get that we're going to need the circumference of this diameter, because the decals we're going to apply are going to be a wrap. In other words, they're going to wrap all the way around the body tube. Okay, so if this column is basically taking everything in this column times 3.1415 pi, and then everything in most graphics programs are going to, and Open Rocket to be sure, wants to work in pixels. So since we're going to be using 96 pixels per inch, you can go over here and you see times 96, and for a BT20 we're going to use 222 pixels. So we're basically going to use this column right here. I'm going to try to include this spreadsheet in the description, a link to it in the description, so you could use it however you want. But that's basically all the calculations you're going to need right here. Okay, now it's time that we make our graphic. And we're going to start with, we're just going to have Steve's for decal. And if we look up here in the image, canvas size, you'll see that we used a width of 222. That's what we calculated for a BT20. And we made the height 300. 300 because we have 96 pixels per inch is pretty close to 3 inches. And you can see it is down here. It shows that. Okay. All right. So we've got that. We're going to save this one off. And then I want to show you that I created another one, and we'll look at the canvas size on this, and you'll see that this is identical, except that the height is 768, which is 8 inches. And there's a reason for that, and you will see that on the when we go to apply it, why we did this. Okay. And so now we've got both of our graphics built up. Oh, by the way, the checkerboard simply means transparent. That's why, and a lot of graphics programs do that. So there we go. Okay, now that we have our decal, let's apply it. We're going to apply the decal to this body tube. So we make sure we've clicked on this body tube here, and we click edit. Then we're going to want to go to the appearance tab. Okay. Normally this would be set to default. You want to make sure that's turned off. Then you're going to want to select the file that you want to that contains your, let's do this, file that contains your graphic. Here we go. Then you're going to want to select your color. And we're going to select a blue, which looks good. Now you see there's our decal, and there's a background color we want. And that's the reason why we want that to be a transparent decal, so this blue will show through. Okay. Close, and then we're going to go to here. And you can see, all right, now we've applied everything. So let's take it and make it finished. And you can see it's applied the blue, and we'll turn it around, and there's our decal. Now the problem there is, as you notice, we only had a 3-inch decal, but it stretched it out to fit this whole 8-inch tube. That's because Open Rocket will always take the decal, fully wrap it around the tube, and always make it the full length of the tube. So it stretched it. Well, that's not what we had in mind. So let's go back and select the 8-inch decal. Appearance. From File. We select our 8-inch decal. And you see what we have here. And we're going to hit close. And you see what we got. Yes, indeed, we now have 3 inches of decal, and the rest of the tube is in there. So there you go. The decal has been applied. All right. So let's wrap this up. I hope you found this tutorial useful. I would appreciate it if you would comment and let me know whether you liked it, disliked it, or if there were any other topics you'd like me to cover. I'd be more than happy to entertain them. At least I am not a professional YouTuber by any stretch of the imagination or videographer. So it takes me a while to figure out how to use these tools just to get the stuff in it that I've got now. Anyway, the next tutorial will be a thin decal with fins, which also requires a little bit of manipulation, and we'll show you how that is done. So for now, goodbye.